Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours. It is April 6th, 2021 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Jared Gelfand. I'll be walking you through today's presentation. We should be approximately 40 to 45 minutes or so, and we've got a lot to cover, so some great stuff here. What I'd like to do today, folks, is give you an introduction to Scenic and who we are, and really what we offer and what differentiates us from our competitors out in the market. There's a lot of great companies out there, but it's important that you understand the differences. So I want to give you a history on who we are, a little bit of the onboarding experience, go through the inclusions that we offer, some of our most popular itineraries through Europe and Asia. We'll highlight some special offers and go through some FAQs. So let's get right into it. But before we start, I would like to make a little announcement just in regards to health and safety. So we're obviously in a pandemic right now, and I know everybody's really excited to get back to traveling. Looks like 2022 is going to be a good year for that. I know I'm eager to get going again. But first and foremost, your health and safety is by far the most important aspect when it comes to traveling with us. So look, I could spend 45 minutes alone just on this one particular slide. Rest assured that we're working closely with Cruise Lines International Association, international governmental health agencies, so that we're not only meeting protocols, but we're exceeding these protocols for our guests, for our staff, for any special guests that come on board. Now, folks, this is online. If you want to go read it, please go to scenic.ca, book with confidence, and you can see all of this health and safety measures that will be implemented. Now, a few things to note: that we are in a constantly evolving, changing world with the current climate of things. So this is not written in stone. It's not in concrete. It is changing every single day. But if you want to learn a little bit more, please go online and read through it. The purpose of today's presentation, of course, is not to go through health and safety, but I did want to bring it up just so that you are aware of it. So let's get into Scenic's history. So if you haven't heard of Scenic, or if you haven't traveled with us before, we've been in business for over 30 years. We started off in Australia as a motor coach tour company, if you can believe it. And then we migrated into the rivers and we do river cruising. And today we have over 500 river cruises that touch on all 7 continents. And even beyond river cruising, we've now gotten into the ocean space where we have the world's first discovery yacht, the Scenic Eclipse. By the way, I'm putting in a little plug for next April 14th, which is when I'll be hosting another show specifically on the Scenic Eclipse. So please go online to scenic.ca/events and register for that one next week as well too. But folks, if you haven't traveled with us, I encourage you to do research online. We've got the internet at our fingertips. It's a great resource. Go on Cruise Critic, go on Luxury Travel Magazine, do your homework, do the research that's necessary, because I think once you start looking into Scenic, you'll see that we have some amazing inclusions, and we are an all-inclusive experience. And that term gets thrown around loosely today, so I'm going to clarify what that is for you. But we're a privately owned company. We have multiple ships currently under construction that will be sailing next year and beyond. We have offices in Canada, Australia, UK, and Canada, US, UK, and Australia. So we're a globally diverse company all over. And yeah, like I said, we are an all-inclusive experience. So what does that mean? There's a few important questions I think you want to ask yourself before choosing a river cruise company. For example, do you have multiple dining venues? Do you have all your drinks included, including hard liquor, not just beer and wine? Our cocktails are included. Do you have mini bars included? Do you have a butler? Do you have transfers from the ship to the airport included? Are your gratuities included? Is your tipping included? Is your port charges and taxes included? Is every single one of your shore excursions included? So again, folks, there's this perception out there that maybe having some wine and beer included with your lunch and dinner makes it an all-inclusive experience. That's not the case. Make sure you understand what all-inclusive really means. So ask yourself these questions over here. And this is what I'm going to talk about in our presentation today. I want to show you our spaceships, going to take you inside to the suites, talk about our butlers, our different dining and beverage options that you have available, our enriched experiences, the ability to customize your journey, everything included. So this is going to be really exciting for a lot of you. I want to show you the onboard experience because it's important to note what it's like on a river ship. If you've never been on one before, it's vastly different from an ocean cruise. If you want to imagine, there's only about 160 guests, give or take, who come on board a river cruise ship. So it's a very intimate atmosphere. It's not like a 5,000 ocean cruise where you're going to get lost. It's like a little city floating out at sea here. It's much more intimate. And I think in a post-pandemic world, this is going to be very important. So this is an example of the Scenic Opal, one of our newest ships, one of our newest spaceships is what we like to call them. And you can see we've got our jewel, sapphire, and diamond deck, which I'll show you inside, the sun deck as well too. We've got the crystal and Portobello's dining, panorama lounge, and deck. So let's go inside because I know you're all eager to see. Now on the jewel deck, let me go back one. So take a look at the right, you'll see the jewel deck, and cast your eyes to the very bottom of the ship. That's our lead-in category suite. Our entry-level suite is about 160 square feet large. But the first thing you'll notice, folks, is that there's just a porthole. This is your lowest level on the ship. So there's not a balcony. There's not an open window system. If you're like me, you probably won't be spending much time in your suite. So maybe this is perfect for you. But all suites do come equipped with your Scenic slumber bed. You have still and sparkling water, a complimentary mini bar that's restocked every single day. You've got an HD television as well too, and every suite will come equipped with your luxury ensuite bathroom. So if you take a look into the shower, you'll notice the marble tile. You've got 2 shower heads, one of them adjustable, one flowing from the ceiling, timber wood paneling on the cabinets, Egyptian cotton towels, luxury bath products that are restocked every single day. So no matter what suite you book into, you'll at least have a luxury bathroom to suffice. Now, remember, that was our lead-in category. So let's move up to the next level, to the sapphire deck. The sapphire deck is where we have the deluxe balcony suites, and significantly larger. You're looking at about 40 square feet, approximately larger than our lead-in category. And right away, you'll notice you have the floor-to-ceiling window, and with the push of a button, it automatically comes down, and you have an open-air system, your open balcony within your suite. That's your Scenic Sun Lounge. So it's great because you can seal it off from the rest of the suite. One person could be watching television. One person could be out on the balcony having some privacy, reading a book. It's all temperature climate controlled, meaning once you open it, the AC turns off. Once you close it, it turns back on. So environmentally friendly. But we do have the Scenic Sun Lounges once you get up into the sapphire deck. Now take a look at the Royal Balcony Suite. 315 square feet. You got your private living room. It's very large, your floor-to-ceiling window, and then your bedroom with your Scenic Sun Lounge, your floor-to-ceiling window, and your comfortable bed over here as well too. So significantly larger if you're looking for that extra space. Now, when it comes to the pinnacle of the accommodations, this is my favorite. This is the Royal Panoramic Suite, which is exclusively on the Jasper, Opal, and Amber. We have multiple ships that sail all over Europe. Most of them are very similar as far as the layout, but a few of them have some extra features like the Royal Panorama Suite. Now, when you book into this, you are given a few extra amenities. For example, a private chauffeur town car from the airport to the ship. So that's just for you. Once you come on board, you'll be greeted with a bottle of champagne, a fruit platter. You'll be led into your suite. We've got an onboard credit waiting for you, large walk-in closet, living room, Scenic Sun Lounge. So this is a back wrap corner unit, meaning it's located at the rear of the ship, giving you perfect views sailing down the European waterways, the European rivers. So exclusively on the Jasper, Opal, and Amber. Now, I mentioned the Royal Panorama is at the back of the suite. Our Royal Owner one-bedroom suite is toward the middle, actually. So depending where you might like to be situated, you might want to choose this one if it's a little bit closer. But this is on the Jasper, Opal, Crystal, Jade, and Jewel. And if you take a look at the image here, you'll see we're looking straight down the hallway. That's where the bedroom is located. And to your left, look at that large scenic lounge out there, your nice private balcony. And then to your right, you have your bathroom with a bathtub in there. Now, the bathtub is separate from the shower, so you've got 2 options here. Now, let's take a step backwards. So if you look at the image on the left, we're going to walk back, and this is where we are in the living room. So you can see very spacious. And if you look to the right, now we're actually inside the bathroom. So you got that tub. When you walk out, you've got your walk-in closet available for you, and then you connect to into your bedroom. So this is the Royal Owner's one-bedroom suite. All the extra perks that I mentioned that come with the Royal Panorama do also apply for your owner's one-bedroom suite as well too, but significantly larger, over 500 square feet. I think that's bigger than most condos in downtown Toronto, but it's very chic, it's very contemporary, it's a beautiful suite. You're gonna love staying in here. Now, if you're traveling with me, you're probably gonna see me up on the sun deck, and I hope a lot of you spend time up there as well too, especially when you're sailing in the summertime. You'll notice that we've got the Vitality pool up here. We've got a walking track which you can do laps around for some exercise. Got comfortable sun chairs where you can lounge out in the sun and watch the castles pass you by. Got a barbecue up here for special occasions. We might have some snacks. Just picture yourself sitting in this Vitality pool, watching the castles go by. I mean, this is great. Bring your swimming suit with you. Go in the Vitality pool, cool off. You can call your butler over. He'll bring you a cocktail. He'll bring you a drink. So you can stay in the pool and still get some food and snacks if you'd like, and take full advantage of this. Take full advantage of this, folks. It's definitely well worth going for a dip and cooling off. Now, inside, we also have the Salt Therapy Lounge. This is fantastic. If you want to become one with mind, body, and soul, this is where you want to spend time. We recommend spending about 45 minutes per session in here. There's 3 different stations that you can relax. You'll notice the wall is handcrafted by salt brick, so it gives off a microclimate of being in a salt mine. There's so many health benefits to this. So make sure that you spend some time in here. It's totally complimentary. There's some easy music, the sheer sheets that separate you. And like I said, just become one with mind, body, and soul. Now, we do have a gym on board, which is pretty much known as the least populated areas on our ships. Every time I walk by here, it's crickets in the gym. But you know what? If you want to do some exercise, by all means, go in. We've got the weight rack. We've got some treadmills. We've got the bikes, towels, water readily available. That's all complimentary for you to use. So again, if you want to exercise on your journey, feel free, and you'll probably have some privacy in there as well too. Now, folks, the only one extra that would cost out of your own pocket on a Scenic cruise is if you book yourself for a personal massage. So we do have a spa available, but that is out of pocket at your own expense. So everything else is included, but if you want a massage, or if you booked into that Royal Panorama or the owner's one-bedroom suite and you're given that onboard credit, that's what you can apply it toward. But just rest assured that everything else is included, but if you want that massage, it will be out of your pocket. So e-bikes, this is fantastic. I hope everybody's had a chance to experience them. They're a lot of fun. I tell you, they exceeded my expectations when I got to go on it. These are electronically assisted bikes, so you determine how much you want to actually work as you're going out. Most of our ships do have e-bikes on board, with the exception of the Douro River, and that's just because the Douro Valley in Portugal is not really conducive for e-bikes. It's a windy, hilly valley, and it's probably not safe to let people loose on that. But for the most part, our ships do have e-bikes on board. We have guided tours where you can go out on a tour with a guide, or you can just take them out independently at your leisure. You determine what speed you want to go at, so you can make it go faster or slower. You can do all the pedaling yourself. It's totally up to you. But we understand today that our travelers want to be more active. You don't necessarily always want to be sitting on a coach doing your sightseeing. So this is a great way to be active. We also have hiking. We have the bike tours. We've got walking tours. So you can be a little bit more active when you're sailing with Scenic. Now, this is my favorite part, is the dining experience. I love to travel and experience different culinary foods when you're in different countries. And I think a lot of you like to experience that as well too. So one of the differences that Scenic offers is the multiple dining venues. I'm going to walk you through that over here. So to start off, Crystal Dining. This is our main point of dining for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's an open table seating concept, so you don't need to sit in the same seat every day. There's no mandatory dress code either. So if you want to be casual, that's fine. If you want to dress up, that's also fine as well too. I tend to see people dress up a little bit more for the welcome and farewell dinners. But again, this is your dream journey. You go with what makes you feel comfortable. But when it comes to the dining experience in Crystal, we do have the ability to order a la carte for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, we normally have a buffet available for breakfast and lunch. However, in a post-pandemic world, that might be eliminated. If it's not eliminated, what will most likely happen is we'll have somebody stationed there dispensing the food. And that way, not everybody's going to go and touch it, and it'll be all safeguarded and everything. But that's something we'll look at once we resume sailing. So keep that in mind. But the Crystal dining room, you'll see it's very elegant. There's the floor-to-ceiling windows all throughout the facility here. We've got gourmet dining, so you get that authentic taste and flavors from the regions that we're sailing to. Now, outside of Crystal, we have Portobello's. Portobello seats only 32 guests. At least one time on your cruise, you will be able to book yourself in to Portobello's. It's fine dining. It's a 5-course meal. It's Portuguese authentic cuisine. It's French authentic cuisine. It's Italian authentic cuisine. So you can schedule yourself in at least with your butler. You can say, hey, Mr. Butler, can you book me in on this evening? And he'll book you in. So at least one time on your cruise, you'll be able to dine at Portobello's. And look where the tables are situated. It's right on the windows, gives you great views of the waterways. We also have Table La Rive. Now, Table La Rive is exclusive, invitation only. It's a 6-course dining experience with wine pairing to boot. Now, you need to be located on the diamond deck in order to dine at Table La Rive. So if you're booked into the owner's 1-bedroom suite, for example, you will be given an invitation to sit here. It only seats 10, like I said, so it's a very intimate experience, but it's a lot of fun, great food, great drinks, and you're going to enjoy it vastly. So those are a few of the different dining options. But let's say you want to have a romantic evening in with the missus or the spouse, and you don't want to go to the dining room. Just imagine your suite is facing the Parliament buildings in Budapest, and it's all lit up at night, and you want to do something a little more unique and romantic. Well, have in-room dining. Get your butler to bring you some delicious food that you can have out in your Scenic Sun Lounge, and get some beverages too. Like I said, you've got your mini bar that's included every single day, replenished every single day. So you can go into your mini bar, but maybe you want to order some cocktails as well. Have your butler bring that over. So many different dining options. And when it comes to the beverage experience, it's not just beer and wine. This is your premium drinks included as well. Premium liquors, your Grey Goose vodka, your Tanqueray gin. You can get pretty much anything, scotch, liqueurs, Drambuie, Grand Marnier, Bailey's, whatever you like, we have included for you. So we can get that delivered. You can go to the Panorama Lounge and order those drinks as well. We do have a specialty cocktail menu that comes out daily. We've got our mixologists that know how to burst those taste buds and really get elegant drinks, exciting drinks, delicious drinks for you all to enjoy. So we've got the cocktail menu. But if you want something a little more standard, take a look at what the butler's holding in this image here. He's got a gin and tonic, he's got a screwdriver, and he's got a plain scotch. I could drink every single one of those right there. So great drink options for you that, again, you can go to the lounge, you can have them ordered to your suite, or you can use the mini bar. Now, we also have the River Cafe. This is more for snacks, light snacks. If you want a gelato, pastry, some cookies, snacks, cake, whatever you want. This is just for snacks, essentially. But what I love about the River Cafe in particular is when you're going off on an excursion into a city, let's say you don't want to necessarily go purchase food if you get hungry. Well, you know what? That's okay. Why don't you have us pack a picnic basket for you full of treats and goodies? So come to the River Cafe. We'll give you a basket. We'll give you some snacks. And that way you don't need to worry about getting hungry when you're out on tour. Bring the basket back. We'll replenish it for you. So take full advantage of the River Cafe for snacks. But the dining experience, so those are all the different venues that you could go to just on the Scenic cruises. We have expert culinary chefs on board that really know how to tantalize the senses, a feast for the eyes, an arsenal for the senses, great food, local cuisine from the regions that we're sailing, seafood, all that type of stuff. Let me show you, for example, what we have. Look at this beef tenderloin. I can almost smell the garlic just looking at it there. It's almost ready to be cut, looking fantastic. And only some of the freshest produce and vegetables and everything that you could think of here. So delicious food. How about a chicken roulade on top of a rice with some vegetables cut on the side and a little teriyaki sauce dripping on top? Ooh, it's so delicious. I can taste it now. How about a filet mignon? Got some shrimp attached to it, deliciously sliced up vegetables, some potatoes to go. So great foods, great experiences, gourmet dining on board. If you love to travel like I do, you want the food, you want that culinary experience, and you want multiple options as well too. So you'll be able to take full advantage of that on the Scenic spaceships. Now we have laundry service included as well. So at least one time on your cruise, you will be able to have laundry done. You can just arrange that with your butler and they'll be able to do that for you. Now you've heard me talk about butlers over and over again. I've said it probably 10 times already. That's right, you have a private butler. Every suite, no matter what you book into, whether it's on the entry levels categories or the owner's one-bedroom suite, you will have a butler giving you personalized service. They are great people here to exceed your expectations. What they'll do is they'll welcome you onto the ship. They'll bring you into your suite. They can unpack your suitcase. They can bring you some cocktails. They'll give you an orientation around the ship. They are here to enhance your experience for you. Take full advantage of them. They're wonderful people, and they're very detail-oriented. You're going to love it. And again, they can pack up your suitcase when you're ready to go. Maybe there's something offshore that you're interested in doing that's not included. Well, you know what? Let your butler know. They'll organize that for you as well, too. Now, when it comes to the onboard entertainment, we've got a wide variety of great selection of onboard entertainment. We always have a jazz band playing in the panorama lounge, pianos, very elegant. You can get up, you can do some dancing if you want, but we also have guests come on board, special guests. So depending where we are in the world, we might have something specialized to that region, whether it's a musical performance, a singing performance. We also have culinary demonstrations. We have wine tastings. So there's no shortage of onboard entertainment when you're sailing with Scenic. Now let's head over to the onshore experience here. Like I mentioned before, every single one of your excursions is included. So you just decide what you want to do. Hey, maybe you want to do a bike ride, or maybe you want to do that coach tour, or maybe you want to do a walking tour in the city center. That's up to you to decide. It's all included. You just check off what you want. So this gives you the ability to really customize your journey within the structure of what we're providing. And it's fantastic because not everybody travels the same. Some people like to be more active. Some people like to do one thing more than the other. So this gives you the ability to choose it. We also provide a complimentary GPS tailor-made app. So with our complimentary Wi-Fi on board, you can download it. You do need to download it using the internet. So whether you download it prior to your departure at home or do it on board when you're on our ship, you could use the complimentary Wi-Fi. Once you have it downloaded, it will give you all the points of interest of the city that you're in. Now, a great feature about the tailor-made GPS is that it doesn't extract data usage once you're in the town. Everything is already preloaded for you, so you don't need to worry about getting a data plan or roaming. It's all uploaded for you. And it also, if you take a look at the camera, the phone, look at the top right, you'll see where the ship is located as well. So you can always find your way back. But there's lots of talking points loaded up there. When we're sailing down the rivers, there's 700 talking points that are pre-uploaded into the GPS app that will give you commentary on history, architecture, all the interesting historical facts that you want to learn about. It's already uploaded for you. And when we get off into the cities, our guides are going to be using the tailor-made app to speak to you. Now, if you don't have a smartphone, that's totally okay. We can provide a device for you, so that way you're not missing out on any of the commentary. But if you got a smartphone, it's super easy. You just download the app, and our guide is going to be what I'm doing right now. You can see I've got my headbuds in, and I got the microphone here, and that's how he'll communicate for you. So folks, Scenic and Rich, I want you to get very excited when you see these experiences in your itinerary. The Scenic and Rich experiences are kind of the culturally immersive activities that give you a real sense of the antiquities and the flavors of the culture that you're visiting. The best way I can really put this for you, it's like having a backstage pass to your favorite concert. So let me paint this picture for you here. I took the Jewels of Europe cruise a couple of years ago, and in Vienna, after dinner, we were going to go to the Palais Liechtenstein, Liechtenstein Palace in English. And after dinner, we board our coach, and we drive over to the palace. And this is an exclusive private tour just for us. So we go into the courtyard and the sun is setting and everybody's taking their photos. There's the beautiful gardens and you can see this Baroque building. This is actually one of the first Baroque style buildings in Vienna. And there's my photo, as you can see the right side there, right in front of it. But wait, there's so much more. You actually get to go inside as well too. So you go inside and you're greeted with a glass of Austrian sect and you're looking around. There's stucco ceilings, Baroque stucco ceilings. There's the Neo-Rococo interiors and parquet flooring. We're led into a grand opulent ballroom where we have a private Viennese classical musical performance with dancing and singing. And it's so much fun. It'll raise the hairs on the back of your neck and give you goosebumps. And when you walk away from a Scenic and Rich experience, you're going to be saying, hey, That's pretty darn cool. I had a lot of fun at that. So it's just such a unique experience that I know you're going to get excited when you see them. So that's Scenic and Rich. We always have a cruise director from start to finish with us, and we have local guides who join us as well too. We have local guides that come in specific regions because that's where they're from. They know the area like the back of their hand. They're experts in that region, so they can provide great insight and commentary. Now, remember, gratuities and tipping is all included, so you don't need to worry, hey, do I need to tip my cruise director? Do I need to tip every single guide that I have? It's all taken care of. Now, sure, if you want to tip above and beyond, that's totally up to you, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's included already, so please keep that in mind. Now, folks, let's shift over to some of our popular itineraries. You can see just from this map right here, we sail all over Europe. We're not limited to just one region. We do the Douro, UNESCO Valley in Portugal. If you're a port wine enthusiast, that's where you want to go. We even touch into Salamanca by coach. We go into Spain, which is a very exciting experience too. I think you're going to enjoy. I'm going to highlight in a couple of slides our France cruises, and I'll show you as we go through the heart of continental Europe from Amsterdam all the way down to the Black Sea. I'll get into that a little bit more in detail in a couple of slides. But if you'll cast your eyes to the top right, you'll see that we also visit Russia, and we do St. Petersburg to Moscow on the Volga River. So that's really an exciting experience as well too. I think you're going to pleasantly enjoy. Now, you don't need to do this entire cruise. You certainly don't have to. If you want, you could. But you can break it up in sections. This is probably the most popular route over here from Amsterdam down to Mile Zero, the Black Sea. But you can do Amsterdam to Nuremberg. You can do Amsterdam to Budapest. You can do Budapest to Bucharest. You can do Amsterdam to Basel. You can do Nuremberg to Budapest. I mean, you can do variations of all of this. So please go online, research the different itineraries, see what strikes your fancy, and there's so much to do and see. Now, if you've never done a river cruise with Scenic before, this would be the best introductory program that you have to take. It's called the Jewels of Europe. It's 15 days, Amsterdam to Budapest. You could do it reverse as well, too, from Budapest to Amsterdam. It all depends where you want to start and finish. But you're going through 5 different amazing countries, 14 different ports, and there's some iconic, legendary cities in here like Amsterdam, where you get to see the great canals, the train station, the red light district. You can go biking. Or how about in Budapest, the great parliament buildings all lit up in the evening time, a fisherman's bastion and Hero Square. Now, folks, I'm not going to go through the details day by day of the itinerary because you're sophisticated. You could go online. You could read through the brochure for yourself. But I want to just share with you a couple of highlights. So as you'll see here, we'll spend some time in Germany, and one of our scenic and rich experiences is visiting Marksburg Castle. This is such an incredible experience because, believe it or not, Marksburg Castle is one of the only castles on the Rhine that's never been destroyed. It's amazing, and we have a private tour of the facility. We'll go for a private tour. We'll have a nice dinner, a medieval feast full of medieval entertainment as well, too. So this is a lot of fun, and this castle virtually has been left intact since the Middle Ages. So you're stepping through a time machine here, going to Marksburg Castle, one of our enriched experiences. But my personal favorite on this cruise in particular is when we head into Austria, because this is the birthplace of classical music. We'll head off into the hills of Salzburg, and we'll go for the best of music and sound performance. We have a live performance with a lunch included, featured based on that famous movie of the same name. So I think you're really going to like this experience. Great music, great food, great entertainment. It's really unique. So that's just a few highlights on the Jewels of Europe. Again, please go online, research that. Now, if you've done the Jewels of Europe and you're looking for a secondary program to follow that up with, here's what I recommend. It's called the Romantic Rhine and Moselle, Amsterdam to Zurich. So it's 15 days as well. There's a little bit of overlap, but not very much. Really, Amsterdam is the overlap here. But you get to go in depth and through the charms of Holland and Belgium. A lot of World War II history here. If you're into that, Arnhem, for example, great cemetery, World War II cemetery, and the famous Paratrooper Museum over there as well. I'm going to show you a slide on the Moselle River in just one second. But we also stop in Heidelberg, which has Germany's oldest university. My favorite city on this cruise, believe it or not, is Strasbourg in France. It's got the Gothic cathedral over there, and it's a mix of French and German influence in the city. Over the course of history, it's gone back and forth between the borders. And then we go down to the Black Forest, wrapping up in Switzerland, flying out of Zurich. But look at this, the Moselle Valley, regarded as probably the most picturesque valley in all of Europe. This is definitely one of the biggest highlights on this cruise, having the opportunity to sail the Moselle Valley. The picture doesn't do justice here, ladies and gentlemen. You need to experience it for yourself to see what I'm talking about. Now, similar to the enriched experience that I talked about that I went through at the Palais Liechtenstein, this is Rastatt Palace. So this is modeled on the Versailles Palace in France. It's one of the oldest Baroque residences on the Upper Rhine Valley. And we'll have a private tour with a classical musical performance this evening as well, too. This is a cultural landmark. It's remarkable. And we're going to have a sublime evening of entertainment. You're going to really enjoy it. So just a couple of highlights on the romantic Rhine for you here. But let's shift gears over into France. If you're a food and wine enthusiast, this is what you want to go on. The River Bordeaux, and a wonderful spot for wine and food. We do the Saône and Rhône rivers from Lyon to Avignon. And then we also do the River Seine from Paris to Paris up in northern France. So let me show you that one right here. I love this program. I'm a huge history buff, so this really is great. Normandy and Gems of the Seine River Cruise. It's 11 days from Paris to Paris. Now, the River Seine is not the largest river in Europe. It's not even, in fact, the largest river in France, but it's probably the most renowned river. Cutting through the heart of Paris, we fly in and out of Paris, like I mentioned before, but we'll sail up, we'll make a stop in Chantilly, which has the famous castle over there where you can see the room of Vincent van Gogh. We'll head over to Vernon, Giverny. I'm going to show you a slide on that in 1 second. But what's most unique about this program, folks, is that over at Rouen, most other companies will let you off there, disembark onto a motor coach, and then you drive all the way over to the Normandy beaches. That's not the case with us. You actually are able to sail all the way to Honfleur on a Scenic spaceship, which gives you more time for exploration, less time on a motor coach, and you're just a stone throw away from the Normandy beaches. So I'm going to show you that in a second too. But starting off over in, if you take a look here, Giverny. So back over on the map here, you'll see Giverny and Les Andelys. This is where the famous residence of Monet, the great painter, is held over here. So you can have an opportunity to explore the residence. You can see where Monet was inspired by this beautiful garden and pond. Now, in Vernon, you can actually take the e-bike ride over here if you'd like. That's definitely one of our active options for you. But how gorgeous is this, folks? Now, of course, we'll continue, like I mentioned, on ship over to Honfleur. We'll have a guided walking tour of the city, get to know its quaint town and learn about the architecture. You get to see the colorful boats lined up along the docks here. And this is just a really excellent experience. I think you're going to enjoy a lot. But the big standout for me is we've got the choice to go to the Somme battlefield. Now, this is based on the Great War. If you're a history buff, this is where about 150,000 Commonwealth British soldiers were laid to rest. So very significant in the Great War. But if you want to do the landing beaches of World War II, that's also available for you to choose. So we can take you over to the beaches that are more significant for you. Canadians, for example, we might be a little more drawn to Juno Beach. The Americans might want to go to Omaha. The Brits might want to go to Gold. So you can decide what beach, what landing beach you want to go to. And you'll see how the Allies had to infiltrate Nazi Europe back in 1944. So just amazing history over here. I think you're really going to like. Now, in southern France, we have Scenic Culinaire. What this is a cooking school exclusive for 10 guests. Now, what we do is we have an expert chef that'll take our 10 guests into the city and purchase foods, fresh foods, whether it's meat or cheeses and produce. I mean, whatever we decide to make that evening, this is an interactive culinary experience. So we'll go out into the markets with the chef, we'll handpick what we want to make, we'll come back and we'll cook it ourselves. It's a lot of fun. It'll give you great ideas for when you come home and how to make authentic cuisine from France, the region that you just visited. Now, one thing, folks, I forgot to mention a little bit earlier just about the cuisine is if you have dietary restrictions, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, for example, that's all right. Let us know in advance. We can certainly do everything we can to accommodate your dietary restrictions. We already have vegan and vegetarian options for you, but let's say you want, gluten-free, or you can't have soy or canola oil or something like that. Let us know. We'll do our best. If you can let us know in advance, we can definitely make those accommodations for you. So Scenic Culinaire, I think you're really going to like it. You're going to immerse yourself into the art of French cuisine. And again, tantalize your senses, great flavors, and you'll come home with some new culinary skills that you never knew you had. So we also offer specialty cruises on Scenic. Next year, 2022, July 21, we have Lynn Crawford, Chef Lynn Crawford, and Tommy Smythe that are going to be hosting these cruises for us. This is southern France. It's Lyon to Marseille, and these are our celebrity hosts that will be with you every step of the way next year. So we will be sailing with 149 guests. Now, what's unique about this is Lynn is going to actually do an interactive culinary demonstration in the lounge. She's also going to customize dinner one evening and give you a good in-depth talk on French cuisine. Tommy and Lynn are going to host a welcome cocktail reception when you get on board. Tommy is going to take you over to the Museum of Fabrics and Decorative Arts over in Lyon. So these are going to be really immersive, fun experiences. We have a lot of different celebrity-hosted cruises that we offer. This is one for July 21, 2022, next year, 2022. And at the end of the cruise, you'll have the opportunity to get some autographs, take some photos with them as well, too. I think you're going to enjoy it. Now let's shift over to a place that's very near and dear to my heart, Southeast Asia, a Mekong River cruise, the essence of Cambodia and Vietnam. We're going to be sailing on the Scenic Spirit. She was constructed in 2016, so she's relatively new. And folks, she only takes 68 guests on board. So I think in a post-pandemic world, when we're looking for intimate experiences, this is perfect. 34 suites, they all have balconies. You'll become like a family very quickly with everybody who's sailing. Take a look at the sun deck over there. You'll notice we've got, it's all decorated in a Southeast Asian flavor. I'm going to take you inside as well, too. Take a look at the deluxe suite, your floor-to-ceiling windows. It's modern. It's easy on the eyes. It's very elegant. We've got your ensuite bathrooms for all your suites like we've talked about before. It's consistent with Southeast Asia as well. Here's your Scenic Sun Lounge, very large, very spacious. Got your indoor balconies. Here's our panorama suite. Cast your eyes to the right side of this image, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see you have a private outdoor terrace where you can go look at the Mekong. Come inside. You've got your living room. You got your bed quarters over here as well, too. Your ensuite tub, just imagine dipping in that, looking at the Mekong go by. I mean, it's just amazing. Here's the Scenic Spirit Lounge. You'll notice again, the motif is Southeast Asian, unique couches and chairs that have been specifically designed for this, floor-to-ceiling windows throughout the facility. Again, you want to immerse yourself in the cuisine. We're going to have Southeast Asian flavors, but look, if you want something a little more traditional or close to home, we've got lots of options available for you, but I highly encourage sampling the local food that once you're there, that's the whole point of traveling, right? So scenic dining, we've got the pool deck. It gets hot and humid in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, different than the Vitality pool we looked at in Europe. You can actually swim lengths over here. So where the camera is taking the photo, that's actually where the bar is located. You see the open air, you get fresh air, you take a dip, you have comfortable seating in here, have a drink, relax, look at the Mekong sail by. Now I'm going to show you the essence of Vietnam and Cambodia. This is the most comprehensive program. It's 22 days from Siem Reap to Hanoi or Hanoi to Siem Reap. Now you certainly don't have to do this entire program, but I will say if you're going to visit this region only once in your lifetime, don't do yourself a disservice. Make sure you visit the entire thing. But if you want to look at the other programs, maybe a little bit shorter, do a little different experiences, please go online, talk to your travel professional, or give us a call, and you can take variations of this. But I'm going to show you the essence of Vietnam and Cambodia. It's a land and river cruise experience. But I love it because you're doing so much in here. North Vietnam, South Vietnam, you're going into Cambodia, you're doing the temples. So let's take a look at Ha Long Bay. We're going to have a 2-night cruise as we go through the different bays and inlets on a luxury junk style boat. This is really a lot of fun. And one of our enriched experiences is having a private beach dinner for everybody to enjoy. So you're going to sail through the different bays and inlets. You're going to love it a lot. We're going to go back to Hanoi, which you'll see the bustling markets and the pristine architecture and the great lakes and gardens. You'll learn about the history here. There's a lot of French architecture. So France was in Vietnam for quite a while. They tried to implement something called pacification, which the Americans tried to do in their war as well too. I'm not going to get into all that. You'll have to go to learn about it, but it's really interesting. The Cu Chi tunnels that run from north to south. It's really fascinating to learn. Again, if you're a history buff, this is really great. The culture is so exquisite. The people are so friendly. The food, it's just such an amazing, unique place to go. Hoi An is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And since the 16th century, this is a blend of Asian influence from Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Cambodian. I mean, it's just a great blender of Asian culture. You're going to really enjoy it. And if you're looking for some tailor clothing to be made in a quick fashion, this is a good spot to pick that up as well. So from Hoi An, we'll head down to Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. We'll head over to Mai To. We'll board the Scenic Spirit for our cruise, sailing from southern Vietnam into the Cambodia region. We'll cross over the border. We'll get over to Phnom Penh, which is the capital of Cambodia. We'll have a tuk-tuk ride. We'll go for a after-hours distillery tour exclusive for Scenic. We'll visit the Royal Palace. We'll also learn a little bit about the atrocities committed. We'll go to the killing fields. We'll learn about the school. And this is really sort of a gut-wrenching experience, but it's part of their history. It's a black part of their history that I think you're going to want to learn about. You don't have to go if you're not up for it. It is quite emotional, but I do recommend it because it is part of the history, and it gives you a good sense of what kind of transpired not too long ago. So that's in Cambodia. I think the biggest highlight for everybody here is the opportunity to go to Siem Reap and see these amazing temples like Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom. You can actually go up on a hot air balloon ride early in the morning and get this iconic shot from exactly here, weather permitting, of course. But look at this. What an amazing photo. I mean, again, pictures don't do justice. You have to be there to experience it for yourself. But we're going to learn about this once thriving society. We'll see how the water management system worked. How do people live here? It's almost surreal to go walking through here. Once you go through it, you'll see what I'm talking about, but it's really an amazing experience. Now, Scenic and Rich, this is where we have a temple gala dinner in Siem Reap. Look at the backdrop. Look at the candlelights lighting everything up here. We've got Apsara dancers. We've got great drinks, and we've got a feast to enjoy this evening. So this is a great way to cap off our cruise and really enjoy Vietnam and Cambodia with a temple gala dinner. Some free choice experiences that we offer. Well, you could go to Tan Chau National Park, which is over 800,000 hectares large. If you're a wildlife enthusiast, there's a bird sanctuary over there. Lots of different species of birds we'll learn about. This is great, a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. So folks, it's crazy to think that, geez, I've been talking for almost 45 minutes here. It feels like only 5 minutes. That's just the tip of the iceberg as far as the itineraries, as far as the experiences. There's only so much I could cover in a short time, but please talk to your travel professional. Please go online, read through the itineraries in detail, see which ones you like, and then when you're ready to book, we've got some great offers available for you. So you're looking at a special offer here. I'm going to walk you through it. So let's start with the super early bird. Let's look at the left-hand column. Book for 2022. So 2022 is going to be a great year to get back to travel. Everybody's excited for it. I know everyone's sick and tired of being locked down and not being able to go around freely. 2022, that's all going to change. I know I'm excited to start traveling again. So book on Rhine, Main, Danube, France, and Portugal river cruises. And if you are willing to pay 12 months in advance, we will provide an additional 10% discount on your cruise fare. Incredible savings that we've never done before, but there's a few stipulations. One is that it's limited availability and it's only exclusive to the Diamond and Sapphire decks. So remember that first slide I showed you of the Jewel deck, that lead-in category with the porthole, that does not apply for the Super Early Bird. It's the Diamond and Sapphire deck, okay? So talk to your travel professional or give us a call to check availability. But you can receive 10% discount on your cruise fare if you're willing to pay 12 months in advance, and you can also receive a fly free offer, fly for $295 or fly for $495, depending on which itinerary you select. If you want to book air on your own, that's totally okay. You can receive up to $1,000 per person as an air credit. We also provide up to $200 of Canadian gift cards for you and a complimentary private chauffeur from the airport to your home also included. Now, folks, if you're not comfortable putting payments 12 months in advance, that's okay as well. You can still take advantage of the early bird offer. It's still the same, except you'll forfeit that extra 10% savings on the cruise fare, but you can still see the offer does apply as long as you book before March 31st. So call your travel professional or give us a call. Now, shifting over to Southeast Asia, very similar as you can see here. Super Early Bird, book and pay in full 12 months in advance. For the Diamond and Sapphire decks, you can receive 10% extra off your cruise fare. On Mekong River cruises that are 12 days and longer, you can fly premium economy for $495 or fly free in economy class. So for those of you who are looking for upgraded airfare, fly premium economy for $495. That's amazing. We also have free private chauffeur, door-to-door transfers included for you. On cruises that are 12 days or less, you have savings of up to $1,250 per person, $1,250 per couple, and also your free private door-to-door chauffeur transfers as well. Similar to Europe, if you don't want to put payment 12 months in advance, you can book the early bird special and forfeit that extra savings of 10% and still receive all the offers that are available. As a special thank you for joining us today, we do have an exclusive offer. Please take this down, SWEBINFO3, that's SWEBINFO3, and it'll give you the webinar savings of $250 per couple. Now, this is combinable with other offers like that Super Early Bird we just talked about, but it must be booked within 2 weeks of today, and it's exclusive for new bookings only. So I'm sorry if you already have a booking. Unfortunately, it won't apply, or if you have a future travel credit, it won't apply for that either. This is strictly for new bookings only, and it must be done from 2 weeks of today for 2022. So please contact your travel professional or give us a call at Scenic if you'd like to book. Now, there's a few things we've implemented for booking with confidence to set your mind at ease. I'm going to read through this here. So, all new Super Early Bird and Early Bird bookings include flexible booking policy. With our flexible booking policy for 2022 Europe River Cruise bookings, you can defer your travel plans by transferring to an alternate departure date or itinerary up to 60 days prior to your cruise commencing with no Scenic fees. So we're giving you the ability to change your cruise departure date with no Scenic fees. Now, third-party fees may apply. That could be an airline fee, that could be a travel agency fee. If it's something that Scenic doesn't control, we can't obviously waive those fees. P.S. This does exclude Russia River cruises. Now, we've also included complimentary deposit protection plan, normally valued at $125 per person. And what the deposit protection plan allows you to do before final payment is you can cancel your cruise, convert your deposit into a future travel credit, and have it sitting there and valid for 24 months. So we've included that complimentary for you. We've also reduced our deposits from $500 a person to $250 per person. And then lastly, I just want to mention our Platinum Protection Plan. Take advantage of our Platinum Protection Plan, or the PPP, for $395 per person for 2022 river cruising. By adding this plan, you are covered if you're unable to travel due to health reasons or if your travel plans are impacted by COVID-19. I repeat, if your travel plans are impacted by COVID-19, up to 31 days prior to departure, you will receive 100% cash refund. All right, this is amazing. Less any third-party fees, like an airline fee, like a travel agency fee, and of course, minus the cost of the PPP. But if you're canceling 31 days prior, you can receive 100% refund. If you're canceling between 15 and 30 days prior to departure, you will receive a 70% refund cost, less the cost of the PPP or any third-party fees. Now, folks, please go online, read through the terms and conditions very carefully. This is not by any means a substitute for travel insurance. This is not a substitute for travel insurance. I can't reiterate that enough. Go online, scenic.ca/platinum-protection-plan and read through the terms and conditions, all right? If you have any questions, please contact your travel professional or give us a call and we will go through those details for you. Now, just in the essence of time, we're not going to be taking any live Q&As, so please, again, go to your travel agent, your travel professional, ask them the questions or give us a call. I'll quickly highlight some frequently asked questions for us just to check those off right away. Now, when it comes to weather, I cannot guarantee sunny and 30 degrees every day. Please research what time of year you're traveling and where you're traveling. There's historical information all there for you to research. We generally sail all year long, March through October. We've got some Christmas market cruises in December. Currently, we are suspended. We hope to be sailing again this summer. We'll see how things play out. But like I said, 2022, everything looks like we'll be sailing back then. So stay tuned for that. We don't normally have a medical specialist on board, but I think that's going to change in the future. It looks like we'll probably have somebody in a post-pandemic world as a medical specialist. Again, stay tuned for that. We talked about laundry. We talked about clothing. Currency on board is the euro, except when you're in Switzerland, that's the Swiss franc, but currency on board is the euro. We talked about deposit protection on the previous slide. And then lastly, there is no smoking on board. If you have to smoke, do it when you get off, or you can go to the sun deck in our designated section and have a cigarette up there. Otherwise, please wait until you're off. So folks, I can't believe we're 52 minutes in. We covered so much information. I hope this gives you some great insight into Scenic and our inclusions, our dining experiences, some great itineraries that we have to offer, and some amazing booking bonuses that we have in place as well too. So for those of you who have traveled with us before, thank you so much for being a loyal guest. For those of you who've never traveled with us before, you need to try us once. You'll be hooked for life. I swear you'll love it. Talk to your travel professional to book or give us a call. We'll definitely be happy to set you up. I can't wait to see everybody as we sail. Also, we do have a special prize to give out today, a $100 gift card, which we will be giving to Mr. Malcolm Lindsay. Congratulations, Malcolm. You are the winner of $100. If we will send you an email to confirm your mailing address, and then we'll send that gift card out for you. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time and tuning in. I appreciate it. I can't wait to start sailing again. I hope this was informative. I hope this was insightful, but most of all, I hope this was fun. And have a wonderful day. Can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much.